Kara, thank you for talking to Dizzy Edge. Shortly, we're going to be interviewing the Mary Lou's, who just performed here at the Steampunk Con in Piscataway, New Jersey. And you are the facilitator of the Mary Lou's fan page on Instagram.
I am.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about the Mary Lou's, why you enjoy their music, and what you feel they have to offer the world?
I'd like to just start this by saying that I've known them, since like right before their first show, and they show that you can use ukulele, not in the way Amanda Palmer does, but in a separate, you can use it for rock.
Yeah, absolutely.
And a lot of people don't. It's just so funny. You don't think this small instrument is gonna just make this giant sound that literally rocks the floor when it comes.
Yeah.
And that's not even counting with Alex. You just kind of have to be there for it. Their shtick, as they call it.
Yeah.
Mary Lou.
Yeah.
That definitely separates them from anybody else.
The word that comes to mind for me whenever I think the Mary Lou's is fun. I think that whenever anybody is lucky enough to witness the Mary Lou's do what they do, I think that the individual in the audience is in for a good time, and I think a fun time, and I think they're going to be lucky enough to see something that they don't see every day. And not only are they talented, I think that the theatrics behind what they're doing adds to their performance, perhaps in comparison very much to the way Kiss pulled it off in the 70s, but in a fun way, almost comic book-esque, but it doesn't take away, it only adds to their art.
You leave the show feeling so much better.
Yeah.
Did I just see that?
Yeah. Did that
I
just
leave
happen?
every show like that, and that's because I leave every show like that. I'm
Yeah.
did I really just witness that?
So first off, ladies and gentlemen, excellent show. Always a pleasure to watch you guys perform live. Now, I know that you've been in the studio. I know you've been recording a new album.
We have.
Is it completed?
It is almost completed. Mixing and mastering is happening as we speak.
Wonderful.
And we will have an album release show on September 21st.
That is fantastic.
More details to be announced.
Excellent.
But yes, it will be in New Jersey, so.
All right, and I will watch social media and the Mary Lou's fan page for such information as to when and where that will be. So what can you tell me, and what can you tell potential viewers about the new album?
Drums are a pain in the ass to record.
Did you mic everything, or did you overheads, or what'd you do? Where did you record it?
A basement, a really nice basement.
That's usually where the magic happens.
It was. We have a friend named Wade who does recording. He recorded Bruce Campbell, the first single that we had, and so he is doing the whole album. So we pretty much recorded at his house in his basement. Individually, everything at a time. So
we had the drums mic'd, and we had overheads for the cymbals.
Cool.
Yeah, everything was meticulously done.
And how do you record the ukuleles? Are you miking the amplifiers, or are you going direct?
We plug direct in.
Direct in. Okay. Same with the bass.
Yes.
Okay. Let me ask you this: as a vinyl fan, can the universe at large be expecting a Mary Lou's release on vinyl?
We've dabbled with the idea.
The thing is, there's so few vinyl pressing plants that turnover times are just really long, and it's really expensive.
Okay.
So, we've
aren't
talked about a lot of things.
So, why don't you tell me a little bit about the writing process? Tell me how you arrive at a song.
Usually what happens is, we have Dolly's song, and Dolly had written that a while ago. So that was already a complete song, and we were all sitting there. It was when we were first getting a collection of songs together, and we were like, "Hey, Dolly, you have a song? It's a fucking awesome song. Why don't we play that?" And we're like, "Okay."
And Dolly, you said what?
And I said, "Can I put my song in the band to play with friends?"
And so, with that one, she had the chords for the uke and the vocals were ready, and it was just a matter of like bringing it to band practice, figuring out a bass line, figuring out drums. A lot of the stuff, as of right now, a lot of the stuff we have is like, I'll have an idea for lyrics, or we'll come up with an idea at practice, like, oh, this is really funny, we should do this. And then, you know, the lyrics will happen with the uke, like the basic uke melody, and then we'll take it to practice and we'll add the drums and we'll tweak the uke lines and we'll add the bass. And I think it's pretty, I think we're moving to it being even more collaborative, like opening up. I know Evie's working on a song, you know, so we're all kind of putting our hands in the pot.
Yeah, Alex has had lyrics and stuff.
Yeah, Alex is working on a song. Like, we all have kind of like this.
They don't tell me they're feeling anything. I just sit there going, this sounds like crap, I don't like this, I don't like this, I'm doing this wrong, and eventually I come to something that doesn't piss me off.
All right, that's fucking fantastic.
Like
I
with
love
drums,
that.
I know nothing about drums. Like
Neither do I.
I don't do drums. So like when I bring a song to the table and I'm like, this is it, I don't know, like I'm just kind of like, you know, help me fill in the blanks, and then we usually will just play the song and Alex will start drumming and he'll just start fiddling around with what sounds good, and then he's like, that sounded like ass, let's do it again, you know.
All right, now
I can't do a good Alex.
If I remember correctly, you told me once before that it was Alex that really drove you to kind of maybe not to madness, but to follow
everyone else,
follow your artistic vision, and really pushed you in the direction, maybe gave you that inspiration, or pushed you over the ledge, maybe, so to speak. Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's, I honestly would credit probably like most of the reason this band exists is because of Alex.
We love you, Alex.
Even though it's funny, because Alex will be like, oh, I'm just the drummer, I don't do anything, like I don't have any say. It's actually Alex who really pushed for the band to get started.
Right.
It really started with him constantly telling me I need to do something with these songs, and then being like, you need to do something with these songs. Like I think I posted, I think it was Terrible, and you're like, you need to do something
Yeah, it was
with
terrible.
this. And if you don't, he's like, I will play whatever you need for the band, like just do something with these songs. And I'm like, okay. And so then we started practicing, but it really wasn't going anywhere because most of the time practice was just you and I. And then like we added Dolly and we added Evie.
Now, did you guys know each other previously?
Yeah.
Yeah, for a long time.
All of you?
I didn't know Evie, actually.
Yeah.
Did you guys get in a fight like the first time you met?
I was like, totally. I don't like her face, and she was like, I don't like their face. No, just kidding. We like each other's faces.
That's awesome.
We bonded over anime.
Yeah.
Okay. And Evie, why don't you tell me briefly about the song that we have coming from you?
It's definitely horror-based about a man with a mask who carries a machete.
Okay.
My absolute dying love for this creature.
So you know my son?
Maybe. But I have to put a song out for him to
That's
feel.
awesome. Well, listen, you guys. When I first heard of you guys, I was as I was telling her earlier, I was amazed at the originality that you guys have kind of brought to the table, and you guys are fun. You guys are a fucking fun band to watch, and you're a fun band to listen to, and I hope that you keep it up.
Yeah, they made me smile.
And the opening song is fantastic, and I thought it was great. Let me ask you this, guys. I'm going to close it up with this question. What is the end game, or is there a goal for the Mary Lou's? Are you guys just kind of, are we considering this like a hardcore hobby, or do you guys want to take it all the way?
I mean, I wouldn't say no to, you know, being able to just play music all the time and not work shitty retail.
Does anybody want a day job?
Yeah.
Fuck no. Fuck no.
Yeah, I mean, like, that would be awesome. I mean, obviously right now it is a hobby, but I mean, we've only been around for a little over a year now, and
I've lost all track of time, so I'll take your word for it.
So, like, it really, the momentum that we've had has been really great. Like, people have been really responsive. We've gotten a lot of that same feedback. Like, it's really fun, it's really different, it's really original, which is really nice to hear.
And it's good. And there's talent. There's talent behind that makeup.
We try.
You know, and that's important. You know, kudos to you guys. I'm really proud to know you guys, and I'm really thrilled with what you're doing, and I wish you nothing but the best.
But the talent is also in the makeup as well. Not just behind. I want to be clear about
You
that.
know, well, you know.
I want her to give me some, like...
In my opinion, you're doing all the right things, and thank you for taking time to talk to me.
Of course.
Sure.
And the performance was wonderful, and I hope
you.
that you have a fun time, and I hope we can work together in the future, and maybe we can put out a 7-inch. You know, I think that would be pretty badass. You know,
That would be
if for
pretty
no
badass.
other reason than just to fucking do it. You know what I
right
mean?
on.
Like, let's get the Mary Lou's on some vinyl. Let's get it in people's hands, and you know what I mean? So,
Sweet.
the Mary Lou's, everybody! Yeah! All right! Thanks, guys.
Thank you.